Hey everybody, this is Giancarlo Alino reporting for Sportskeeda MMA, and I'm happy to be joined by my guest today. He is the interim Bellator Bantamweight champion. He's Raufeon Stots. How you doing, Raufeon?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Doing great. And you got a big fight coming up there at Bellator. You're going to be in the midst of this Grand Prix defending that interim championship against Danny Sabatello, the Italian gangster. What are your thoughts on this matchup, and how is the preparation going into it?
My thought on the matchup is like it's amazing for me. I don't call him the Italian gangster. I call him the Italian wankster. I think he's a cap artist, and like everything he says is a facade. It's a mirage to what's really gonna happen in the fight. But I'm excited to be in the tournament. I'm excited to be advancing in the tournament after this, and I'm excited, what I'm saying, to talk back and forth with Danny in the cage. I get to put my hands on him finally, and I can't wait.
And do you enjoy that promotion process? Because the Bellator has had you guys in the cage and media together. Like, does that fire you up more and motivate you, or is that like more of a distraction when you have your opponent that you're training so hard for, like constantly going back and forth like that?
No, for me, I like the trash talk. I like to talk shit or whatever, just because like it just adds more stakes for the fight. And I live for that. I live for the whole now like the higher the stakes, the more stuff on the line. Like I'm kind of like a junkie with that now. I'm living for that. So yeah, like talk as much shit as you want, because man, we're gonna have to back it up. And are you ready? Are you ready to back it up when it's time to back it up? Because I'm always ready, you know what I mean, to put it all on the line. So I'm excited. I'm excited to do that.
And this tournament, when it was announced, a lot of people were excited about it because for a long time, the bantamweight division has proven to be one of the best, if not the best in the sport. So when you got the call that you were going to be in this tournament, how excited were you about that? And just to show that you're the best bantamweight in the world?
Yeah, I was super excited. That was like one of the reasons I signed with Bellator. It was actually, I was on a trip with Emmanuel Sanchez. I was on a trip with Emmanuel Sanchez when he was in the tournament. And I just seen like how Bellator was kind of treating the fighters, and how how Bellator was ran kind of, and then also they were doing like $1 million tournament. So like this is the reason I'm here. You know what I mean? Bellator has been like amazing to me, and this tournament is just like, it's beyond anything that I had dreamed of when I started MMA. So yeah, I'm excited to be in this tournament. I'm excited to be where I'm at in this tournament. I'm excited. I feel like this is like what I'm here in Bellator for. Not only to be the tournament, be like the face of Bellator, be all of it, man. I'm happy to be here.
And you are the interim champion. I'm just curious because a lot of times when a champion's injured, like they make the interim title, but do you get, I guess, upset by being the interim champ? Like, do you think it should be like undisputed champion? Like, and then whenever the regular champion comes back, like then they fight for it? Like, what are your views on the whole interim tag?
I really don't care. I feel like it don't really make a difference to me. I don't disrespect or want to disrespect Sergio. I feel like Sergio is a real like he's a champion. I also feel like I'm a champion too, though, because I beat the same person he beat to become champion. And after this, I'll have like 2 title defenses like after the tournament. So I'll be a legitimate champion. I feel like I am a legitimate champion, but I don't feel like they need to take away the undisputed title from Sergio, because Sergio has proven to be a champion too. So, and that's, for me, it's like, I don't feel like there has to be one, to take all the shine right now. Like he's going through an injury right now. He's still a champion. He's just going through an injury. I'm taking over until he get back, and I'm staking my claim at being a champion. I won the belt. I'm defending the belt. So I just feel like it's like a separate champion thing. So once we do like unify, it'll be a champ versus champ. Like I don't really care like if they call it interim or not. Like none of that stuff. I feel like that's all trivial. They don't really matter to me.
And in this tournament, you showed out early there, that knockout win. And a lot of people were excited to see you progress here. And then Sabatello in his fight, the way he was able to control his opponent. And right after that, you two in the cage there. So what are you expecting out of Danny Sabatello? And what areas do you think you're going to have to work on most to just shut him down?
It's like obvious. He might be the most one-dimensional fighter I see. Especially in Bellator, I think he's the most one-dimensional fighter. So what he is smart, you know. He does a good job of making people think like he has this mean streak and he's malicious and he just want to beat people up. But all he really wants to do is like hug people's legs and hug people back. You know, he's not even like attempting submissions. You know, he's just like literally hanging on in majority of his fights. So I know that's what I have to do. Pretty much what I have to do is not let him get comfortable in any one of those positions. And I am going to destroy him, you know? I feel like I've proven that I can do that against top level. When I had to fight Magomed was good there. He was good at taking people down and he was good at controlling from the back, you know? He got me down once, but I reversed him. And he got my back once at the end of the round and I got up, you know? So I think I do the same thing with this kid. I dictate where he fights, and it's like I'm controlling the treadmill of when he's fighting, and I don't think he lasts very long.
And you mentioned there Magomed, like that was another great fight that you two exchanged positions there, grappling, and you got your hand raised at the end of it. He's going to be fighting against Patchy Mix on the other side of the bracket. From your side now looking at it, like how do you think that fight plays out?
Man, I keep going back and forth because I feel like Patchy Mix has kind of grew as of late, you know. I didn't expect him to win that Horiguchi fight, but he did, and he controlled that fight, and he controlled Horiguchi. And then also Magomed showed out tremendously against I think it's Dantes. And you know, that was an amazing fight. Like but I'm like worried about like Magomed has more skills, but if he allows, I was able to get to Magomed's back. If he allows Patchy to get to his back, like that's a round, you know. And I just don't know. I just don't know like who's gonna show up with a better game plan. So I keep going back and forth.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting card there. Just this whole Grand Prix. And every time there's a Grand Prix, it's natural for fans and even analysts too. They look at Bellator's division and it's so deep, and they look at the UFCs. And I think with Bantamweight, you could compare the two because like Magomed before, he has a win over Peter Yan. They split wins. You beat Magomed. So like if you were to look at promotion, like how do you think Bellator's Bantamweight division stacks up with the UFC?
I think I stack up with anybody in the world. No matter promotion, anybody in the world, I stack up with. The bantamweight division, I feel like our top 8, whatever it is, I feel like they stick with anybody in the world in any promotion. Yeah, I think we're just as good as anybody in the world. You know, and I definitely feel like UFC has like a deeper division, like they have more athletes. They got more athletes, but as far as like skill level at the top, I would put my money on Bellator.
And just speaking of your rise there, like I've been following your career, and you've continued to improve every fight and showcase more of your personality after the fight. Is your confidence at an all-time high right now, especially after like your past two performances? Or like was there a fight that you really noticed, okay, everything's starting to click and turn around and you're heading on a positive direction?
Yeah, it was probably after I feel like it just kept getting better and better. The Keith Lee fight was kind of like a coming out party a little bit, like everybody was able to see just like how dominant I can be. Then I fought Josh Hill, who had a lot of experience. And then I was just, I just kind of walked. People thought that fight, it was too easy. And then Magomed, I was able to show that, I'm an elite fighter. I'm the best fighter in the world. And then the same thing with Archuleta, He had a lot of experience. I came in there and I cleaned him up and got him out of there. So, I just think it's more of the same. I'm just coming into my own mentally. I'm coming to my own. Physically, I'm at my best. And then I'm putting it together well. I know what and when and why. I'm doing everything I'm doing. So everything's working out, and I'm confident as ever. So that helps.
Definitely. And you're a fun fighter to watch there. And who's going to be in your corner for this? Like, who have you been working with the most in your training camp?
Yeah, so I've been working with Eve Edwards. He was a former UFC fighter and Pride fighter for a long time. And then, or he fought a Strikeforce too, I think. And then Eric Nixick from Extreme Couture will be in my corner. He's came down and helped me for this camp. I've been training with Adrian Yanez, Cameron Smotherman, Matt Schnell, who's fighting this weekend or tomorrow. He's fighting tomorrow. So, and a lot of other up and coming guys. Justice, Jacob Silva. Just a bunch of guys.
That's great. And a couple final questions here. Like bantamweight, is it a tough weight cut for you, or do you think like this is your natural walking around weight?
135 isn't my natural walking around weight, but cutting weight isn't like I'm not like dying. I'm not never like the cutting weight process isn't like I don't kill myself, I feel like, to make it. Like naturally I walk around probably like 155. So I definitely have to cut down. I think today I woke up at like 149. So yeah, and the weight usually comes out. If I train like I want to train, the weight usually comes off pretty easy.
And do you find that like you're gonna have to go up to featherweight in the future? Do you think you'll be able to have a consistent, like smooth weight cutting process to go to bantamweight?
I think I'll have to be honest, I don't think I'll need to go to featherweight, but maybe if I clean out everybody in bantamweight, I would challenge myself and go to featherweight. I also seen Patricio Pitbulls think about coming down to bantamweight. So like I wouldn't I would take that fight or I would stay at bantamweight for like a big opportunity if I clean everybody out, But yeah, like it's not like I'm growing or anything, I need to move up. I feel like bantamweight is pretty or it's a pretty comfortable way for me to make.
That's great to hear. And before we wrap up here, how can our viewers here follow you on social media?
Yeah, you can follow me at Raufeon Stots. That's on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. Raufeon Stots.
Highly recommend that follow. And Raufeon, I really appreciate you sharing your time and coming on here on Sportskeeda MMA. And I wish you all the best there when you defend your title at Bellator 289.
Thank you, man. Good catching up with you again.